Hey guys, I've got another one for you here. This one's actually kind of interesting. I had this one in the collection, and it's one that I wanted to make mention of because I really do think it is a kind of a sweet spot watch for an everyday wearer, especially if you like the Rolex Explorer. This is the Seiko Sarg or Sarg009. It is a Japanese made watch, an automatic with the 6R15 movement. So if you guys got a Seiko Sumo, this is the same really great movement in that Prospex line, and a much more expensive watch than this one. This one actually right now is a terrific price. It's available gray market in the US, but you know, under 400 and actually I think it's under $350. If you keep looking, you'll find that it might dip below that price, and even on Amazon Prime, which occasionally a seller will put it up there on Amazon Prime, so you'll get it shipped for free, 2-day ship. Any problems with it, you can return it, no problem. So that's always a good kind of a confidence builder in case you feel like you're not getting the perfect watch. I've never had a problem with this type of watch. Usually the Japanese watches that they'll sell gray market on Amazon tend to be excellent. Sometimes you'll find if you're buying a turtle, something like that, you're going to end up with potentially less than desirable results. But I wanted to show you this, the construction of this. For the price, okay, it really is terrific. You know, you've got a see-through case back with the movement, really nicely visible, not heavily decorated, but you know, it's great to be able to see what's going on back there with the rotor and the movement. It's not a screw-down crown. It is hack and wind. Again, for the 6R15, it's a hack and wind movement. And you can just wind it right on the wrist because it isn't a screw down. It does have a 100-meter water resistance rating. I wouldn't take it into the water, to be fair, but you don't have to really worry about it out in the rain or anything like that. If you do get caught in a situation that involves water, you'll probably be fine. But to be safe, I probably wouldn't take this one under any serious water conditions. Just the look of it, I mean, to get these big size serif numbers, if you are a fan of the Rolex Explorer, the clean, classic design of the Rolex Explorer, but you can't plunk down at least $5,000 US for one of those tomorrow, there's nothing wrong with a daily wear like this for only about $350. I mean, look at this thing. It's terrific. It has a really interesting dial. It looks deep inky black in most light conditions, but when you get it out in daylight, you see how it does that kind of a metallic sheen. It's subtle, though. I have to say, this is quite subtle. It's not something that really sticks out, but it does have an interesting way that it plays with the light in certain conditions. A very nice domed sapphire crystal that gives you that really kind of excellent distortion depending on the angle. I had this one in the collection. I just thought it needed a mention. I didn't really see a video out there of anybody going in depth on this particular model. I think there was only one other video and somebody did some nice close-ups of the case. But if you like that classic look, and like I said, it's an everyday wearer, you know, it's not quite a dress watch outright, and well, you know, at 40 mil, okay, on Explorers, I think about 39 mil. This is like 40.1 mil. I have a 7¼ inch wrist. It is a sweet spot size. The materials are very excellent. I mean, you're getting the better quality, automatic movement with about a 50-hour power reserve. You see that really nice. They've painted the second hand there. They've applied a really nice white paint to the tip of the second hand, so it's very visible. Without question, this one is a heavyweight when it comes to visibility and legibility. There is no question. Those big, nicely sized sword hands. You can even see too the Seiko logo at the top isn't just painted on. It does have a little three-dimensionality to it. So the quality's really there. And the price right now on this guy is just, it's too good to pass up. If you are looking for something and you wanted to spend a couple $100, I wouldn't look past this one. It's great. Also, you can see that they framed the day window there, the date window with a little black frame, so it's not just a simple window. It does have a little dimension to it. And of course, the automatic font, the one that on a lot of the Prospex, the earlier Prospex lines, they took that out and just changed the font and ended up with a Prospex X. But because this is technically a member of the Seiko 5 sports line, okay, the Sarg009, you can see that its original MSRP in Japan is about 50,000 yen, and that puts you over 450 bucks roughly, depending on the conversion rate. I think it's a winner. I don't know. You guys tell me. I think it's a great watch. It has a very good clasp, machined. It's durable. You don't have to worry about it. I mean, are there downsides? Sure. It doesn't have the drilled lugs. It is, you know, even though I have to say the bracelet is a nice weight to it, but it's not too heavy. It is a little cheap, kind of rattly compared to some other watches. Actually, over here I have, this is what I had said in an overview was Japan's answer to the Explorer 2 Polar. And, you know, in terms of its configuration, this Sportura Kinetic GMT is a beauty. It's great. I really love this watch. For the price, if you can find one of these in the US while they're still in a good price point, this is a terrific watch. It's got a higher level of finishing of this other one, but you know, this one here has the beauty of an automatic. But anyway, these two watches together are, I think, are terrific buys. You can see this one's got a little bit of wear on it. I've had this on my wrist, but because it's high polished, you know, these watches can easily be polished back to a normal state. You don't really have to worry. But it's worn quite well. It's worn very well. I've put it on a NATO a number of times, and it's a super watch. But anyway, I think that this one here for the price is an absolute winner. If you are looking for one of these, definitely go online, take a look, see if you can find one at a good rate. They do have them on Amazon from time to time, and like I said, occasionally when you get one of these on Amazon Prime, you're assured at least the opportunity to get a look and make sure it works for you and that it's a good, the seller is providing you a good one. Yeah, I think it's hard to go wrong with this one. A great daily wear, classic looks, and overall, just, you know, so you can see it did a nice job. Engraved crown there, the sign crown. And the movement. But to be able to get sapphire crystal, a good quality machine clasp, a 50-hour power reserve, and just the overall fit and finish of this thing, they've done a nice job. It does have some brush features. I'll have to put up I'll try to find a stock picture of the Rolex Explorer. You can see that the lines here, the clean lines, the design is in a lot of ways comparable. While not being in any way an outright copy, a really nice look towards those great design choices in that model, and a great daily wear option for an automatic watch that kind of, you know, sits in a number of categories. You could definitely put this one onto a leather strap without question. This one will look great on a NATO, and I'll definitely have to perhaps do that. The only downside, the major potential downside here is you don't have drilled lugs. The band isn't the highest quality stainless band in terms of how it kind of sounds on the wrist, but it doesn't bother me really. When you're wearing this, you actually kind of forget it's there. It's so comfortable and relatively light. I think it's something to mention, just because I didn't see anybody with one of these out there. And if you're in the market and you're just looking around to see what's interesting out there, boy, this one definitely, I think, is one to consider, based on the price, based on the value. I mean, this movement is super durable. I've got it in the Seiko Sumo, and I could put it down for 2 days, come back to it, it's still keeping beautiful time. That kind of power reserve is great. Whereas with the Seiko Turtles, the other ones that I have, that's a great movement, a very durable movement, but usually when you set that one down for a while, you'll find that the movement isn't going to continue on at the same rate, whereas this one here really does have a great power reserve. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think about this one. I've got a lot more great stuff coming out soon, but this one just happens to be one I have in my collection that I really like, and kind of felt like it was an interesting thing to mention to you guys who may be looking for something in this segment at the moment and just didn't know, what to consider. Here's one I think you could definitely consider, and it's readily available in the US. There's quite a few folks selling it, probably on eBay as well, but I've definitely seen it a number of times on Amazon, which is a good way to go if you want something quickly. And generally speaking, you get good quality there, at least in a gray market. If you want box papers, it's a whole nother story. And I'm sure there are some specialty sellers in the U.S. that may perhaps be able to get a hold of these. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think about this one. Do you think that this meets that criteria? Do you think it's something that has that classic look? I think it does. And for the price, geez, I don't think you can go wrong. It really is a quality piece, and especially with sapphire. I mean, dome sapphire, wow, that's great. Guys, let me know what you think about this one. I'd love to hear from you. I do have some really unique special models coming up, but I thought this one was kind of a fun one to put up really quick so you guys could get a look. Oh, you know what I'll do here while I have you guys here? Let me do a quick lume test. Because it actually has really nice applied lume on these really terrific numbers there. So let's get a look at that and see what we have. All right, all the lights. There you go. So you can see that it really is a stunning presentation overall with the lume. I wouldn't say, again, like the other model there, the Sportura, it's not quite the same lume that you're going to get when you're in the diving category. But this one is thickly applied. The sword hands really stand out. But I think it's not that same all-night, really blazing bright lume, I think, come early wee hours of the morning. But there's no question, in the early part of the charge, it's a great, highly visible, really pretty on the wrist lume on this watch. Definitely something to take a look at. And you can see with the dome crystal, it does a kind of an interesting thing, even to the lume when you're looking at it at night. Okay, guys, well, it's a quick one, but I wanted to let you guys see this one really quickly because perhaps you were looking for something like this. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think. Once again, I'd really love to hear from you. I do have a number of new things coming out soon. As soon as I get some time, I've been quite busy, but there should be some interesting stuff in the horizon here. I do have a rare Seiko Brights model I'm trying to get a hold of, in addition to a very rare Grand Seiko, which I did capture some images of recently. Okay, guys, thanks very much for watching, and definitely leave me a like and then subscribe to the channel, because there will be some more terrific looking Seiko stuff coming up here very soon. Thanks, guys. I will talk to you soon.